Hey guys, I'm Miguel from the Trance Project, and we're here with Armin van Buuren in Sydney for the 700th episode of A State of Trance. Welcome to Australia, Armin.
Thank you.
How are you feeling to finally come down under to celebrate this massive milestone in your career? How does it feel?
It feels amazing. We were here for episode 500.
Yes.
That was a kind of a crazy mission to do 5 cities, 5 continents in 5 weeks. But it felt a little bit too much almost because we had 5 events during 5 weeks. So a lot of people were saying like, well, it's cool, but we hear 5 of sort of the same sets because all the DJs they play 5 weeks in a row, but they can't completely change their sets in 5 weeks time. So we took that criticism and we changed it up a little bit this year. So we're not doing 5 weeks in a row, we're still doing 5 events, but instead of doing 5 events, we're doing 5 festivals. And also what's new is that we spread out the events a little bit more. So there's a lot more to enjoy for the people online. It's not going to be 5 weeks in a row, but just like spread out a little bit throughout the year.
Wow.
So it's really great for the fans, I think.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And why did you choose Australia to kind of start the whole ASOT Festival?
Well, first of all, we were here 4 years ago, so that's quite a long time.
Yeah.
Second, there's a big following here, as you know, looking at your shirt.
Exactly.
For trance, so it was about time we returned. And it's a really great time to be in Australia right now, early February, the weather's really nice. And
it's beautiful right now,
yeah.
Right in the middle of summer.
Exactly, so everything came together and I'm very happy to say that Australia's got the celebration weekend.
Yeah, well, we're all very excited. All the ASOT fans are ready to go, especially for Sydney tonight, which will be a really massive, big show. Now, with over 30 million listeners in over 74 countries, did you ever think ASOT will become so huge, especially in the early years of A State of Trance?
Well, I remember when I started my first radio show in June 2001 in a really small studio in Amsterdam.
Wow.
And at that point there were a few DJs who had shows like Judge Jules and Pete Tong, but there was no real trance dedicated radio show.
Right.
At that point you didn't really have the online stations that you have right now. You had a few early, together with IRC and ICQ and whatever, and it was up and coming, where there was nothing really established yet. And I always had the dream of doing a radio show dedicated to, purely to trance. And I also remember that at that point it was really hard to fill a 2-hour radio show every week.
It would have been.
So quite a few colleagues of mine said, "You are completely crazy for doing a 2-hour radio show." And they were like really laughing in my face. And those, I'm not going to mention any names, but exactly those DJs have their own shows now.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's really exciting. And what do you think the secret to A State of Trance is, the whole huge success? What do you think the secret behind?
Well, it's really hard to say what's the secret of your success because, I have to leave it up to you guys, for example. But if I have to guess, I always tell people, like, I think the fact that State of Trance has been so consistent every Thursday for almost 14 years, every week, I'm very proud to say that the formula of the show is still basically the same as it was from episode 1.
Exactly.
So 700 weeks later, it's still a showcase of the latest in trance and progressive in a 2-hour non-stop mix. So I think that really works, because people know if they listen to A State of Trance, they're going to hear, most of the tunes that matter. I mean, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I miss out, but it's a general, sort of good guideline for where trance is at the moment.
Exactly.
With new producers, new tracks.
Yep.
Mashups, interviews, new albums, specials, live broadcasts and everything. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Now we're just a few hours away from the Sydney show. What are you looking forward to the most about this last show in Australia, actually?
Well, it's going to be the highlight of the whole tour because this is the biggest one of the
We've got 2 stages.
Bunch. Yeah, 2 stages. The first festival one, really.
Yes.
There's going to be a warm-up set. I'm going to play 3 sets. A warm-up set. I'm going to look at the guys called Gaia. I'm really curious to see what they were going to play, and I'm going to play a 2-hour set myself. So it's going to be pretty interesting, I think. And then we're doing the radio show, and it's just like I said, it's the celebration weekend for 700. So there'll be a lot of people tuning in through the website and through this various stations that are broadcasting this show. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
Awesome. Now, how was the Aussie debut of Gaia yesterday, last night in Melbourne?
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, the crowd were reacting really well to it. It's a completely new thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of bizarre, mysterious kind of vibe.
Bit of a mysterious duo.
Yeah, so I'm really happy because we have quite a few new tracks that we're playing, and the set's very different from the first one we did in Miami, which a lot of people still rave about. But I feel we're not there yet with Gaia. We need to work on it for a long time.
And will there be a Gaia album in the works anytime?
Hopefully, not soon, but there's, it's definitely an ambition. Let's put it that way.
Definitely. Now let's talk a bit about the actual anthem, Together in a State of Trance. Now, did you produce this track thinking, oh, definitely this is for ASOT 700, or was there another motivation or inspiration behind the actual track itself?
No, the track was really designed. I wanted to make a track that had a really strong theme, a recognizable theme.
Yeah.
That really showcases the modern sound of trance. And the idea this year was to make a track and have it remixed by a big group of people, to have all the styles sort of represented.
Exactly.
So we have like Alexander Popov, and then we have on the other side we have Brian Carney, and everybody in between. And it was really, it's an exciting project. And what I'm really happy about is that as soon as you hear that theme, in 5 seconds you recognize it.
You recognize it and you just party hard to it.
Exactly.
Now, which is your favorite ASOT anthem mix? You did reach out to fans recently to ask their favorite. Which one is your most favorite?
I think we've only done a few. I mean, we really started with the anthems at 450.
Yeah.
So we've only had like 5 anthems so far. I mean, I think every anthem has a story. I mean, I really like the Invasion one by W&W.
That was actually my personal favorite one.
Yeah, it's really, really great track. And I think I will do it. 1 year I'll produce a track on my own, and then the year after we'll do an anthem competition. I mean, last year we had the anthem competition when it was a tie between Jorn and Marlowe's one.
Yes.
That was such a hard thing because I love both tracks so much.
They were both excellent.
Yeah, so it was kind of but it's cool because both tracks got really great attention.
Exactly. And they did eventually both get released as well. So,
yep, absolutely, yeah.
Now, next up is U-Track, and you had this really unique kinds of concepts, the ASOT Festival Radio Dome.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about this Radio Dome?
Well, the Radio Dome is a new part. It's also part of the theme Together in a State of Trance. I thought it was kind of bizarre that we were doing a radio show and we're not actually in between the people. I wanted to have the radio show to be part of the festival, that people can actually go there and see and witness the radio show actually being made. Also, because we can, produce exclusive content there for the visitors. I mean, a lot of people know the radio show. They come to the event and they dance to the music, but they don't actually see the show being made. So now we have sort of a silent disco in the Radio Dome, where people can actually have headphones on and listen into the live broadcast, see what's happening. We're going to create a lot of exclusive content. This year things are a little bit different. We're working with a different company with a live broadcast as well. We're making a lot more items for online. So what we're going to broadcast, of course, is the sets. But we've noticed that a lot of people don't really like the talking between the sets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay if I occasionally do a little bit of interview or ask one question on the air. So what are you going to play? What can people expect? But if you talk over a set for 10 minutes, people are really frustrated.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna change that up by leaving just the sets for what they are. I'm gonna talk a little bit about over the sets, just hyping up. This and this artist is gonna come up. Stay tuned, interact with us, that kind of thing. So keep it short, nice and tight, and all the other content that we're generating is going to be online. So it's not actually on air.
Wow. Well, the whole world's really looking forward to it. Now, you've toured across Australia for many years now. Have you seen the trance scene grow in our scene here?
I'm really surprised. I mean, Australia is such a big country, but there's only 20 million people living. Yep. So it's kind of a similar demographic as the Netherlands, I would say, where I'm from, but Holland is so small.
This small compared to Australia.
But so many people here listen to dance music. It's more than in the Netherlands, I think. I mean, if you look at festivals like, Stereosonic or Future or whatever, there's so many people going to these festivals. It really means that there's a whole generation here growing up listening to dance music. So that's a big thing. I really think that's a big thing because I don't see many countries around the world where this is happening. Of course you have the US, Netherlands, UK, but not, Argentina maybe, Mexico.
Yeah. Definitely Mexico, they're pretty much it.
But in general, Australia is, especially for trance, but in dance music in general right now, I think Australia is one of the best countries.
It is pretty huge.
Yeah.
Now, just finally, do you have any last words for all your thousands of Australian trance fans out there? Yeah,
well, just wanted to say thank you so much for all the support throughout the years. I mean, you guys are absolutely the reason why we are here, why I'm sitting here. It's because we got so much support from Australian fans, so thank you so much for that. I'm really looking forward to rock this party tonight, and I can't wait to come back to Australia really soon again.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Armin. Thank you for doing this interview.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.